CP the artist in the house with my homie, you know what I'm saying, my art brethren, Melvin Todd, Loveless, you know what I'm saying, Society, the CEO. What's up, young Nacho?
Young Nacho. Yo, man, look, I'm good, bro. It's been a minute. We've been needing to do this. I've been wanting to, we always have these great conversations whenever, like, we just
I
tap
appreciate you
in with
coming
each
through.
other. So I appreciate you inviting me, man, to come
Yeah,
prod
man,
it up.
this was long awaited, bro. Long awaited. You know what I'm saying? Felt like you know what I mean. Our conversations, being artists, you know what I mean. He's a tattoo artist, illustrator. What else do you do?
Man, I'm a comic book artist. That's probably, like, the biggest thing these days. Outside of that, like, I'm just a guy that's healing. It's a weird thing, but it's become a part of my personality now. Like, so many people, like, just chop it up with me talking about, like, healing as a black man, stuff like that. But, I used to be a wild boy, and I'm getting back to my roots, man.
You probably still got some. You know what I'm saying? We in Atlanta, man. We still got some. You know what I'm saying?
No, man, I feel like I've shed a lot of it,
Okay.
but at the same
All right, we
time,
reformed.
yeah, but at the same time, it's funny too, man. Like, look, this girl had jumped in my DMs. I ain't gonna out her or nothing.
That's just what we talking about. This is what you're here for.
Well, yeah, jumped in my DMs. Somebody that that I've had a past with, but it's been years. It's been so long, like since me and her like been intimate in any type of way. But she was saying like I think I posted a picture of myself, and she was just because I've been trying to get out there a little bit more, just posting myself more online. I used to be so secretive, but she was like, "Oh, the thing I want to say, I can't say it." You know what I mean? And I was like, I'm not. I told her I was like, y'all got the wrong perception of what like being healed is. Like, you can still say I look nice. You can still even like say some flirty stuff. Like, but the biggest thing now is I'm like, I can't reciprocate the energy because of where I am in life right now. Like, you know what I mean? But I appreciate that stuff. It don't mean that I don't find it cool.
It's weird. It's weird. It's like when women they freaking flirt. I mean, I like every woman is different, but it's like some women they'll be like, you know what I'm saying? They'll give you like the casual flirt. You know what I mean? The freaking, the stealth flirt, and then there's the ones that are aggressive. And it's like with your situation, it's like it's not like she really saying anything. You know what I'm saying? It's like ain't no like she was asking for a jump off or anything.
Nah, not that's the funny part. Like not at all. She just wanted to make like a comment. And I was like, y'all think I'm like some born again Christian when I say healed.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that.
And there's nothing wrong with it, but it's like no, I'm the same dude. It's just I got some boundaries now, but shit, we can like have fun and talk. Like I like I can go back and forth with you and stuff like that. It's just I'll take it to a certain point and be like, okay, but where I'm at now, like I can't do things that I don't want to hurt nobody. Yeah. I'm with that.
Yeah. Okay. So, tell us about like Loveless Society and like what I'm saying, which is a great freaking name. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like the inspiration behind it and what you're doing with Loveless.
Yeah, so Loveless Society is kind of like a play on words. It's funny too because I feel like people are attracted to negative things like by nature. You know what I mean? So if I was just like like society of love, like people, it would sound kind of corny, like it's something about positivity that sounds kind of corny that I think. But with Loveless Society, I just kind of looked at like the world that we live in. Like it's all about conformity and it's got all these like rigid rules mainly. And I was just like, it's something about it that I feel like people are getting away from who they are. And it's causing so many people to be like, they can have a connection with somebody and they feel like because of the way that the world views things, that connection isn't enough. And I've fallen victim to this. Like, just being like, oh, does this girl look good enough? Or like, is she this? What do my homies think? What do the people think? And I was just like, man, I've fallen victim myself to just ideologies of the world and stuff like that. And so it's kind of a play of like, no, the world is loveless, but if you can go deeper inside of yourself and like learn to love yourself, then the right things will attract themselves to you. And, this brand started with me, like, I went through a heartbreak. It's funny because these days I don't really, like, make that, like, the biggest part of this no more because it's so much bigger than that. But when I went through it, I was, I drew, like, a Cupid that looked sad, how his artists do. And I posted it online, and people just kind of went crazy about it. And I was like, dang, like, people, like, really mess with, like, my heartbreak. Like,
because it's like, I wonder if it's because, in society, especially in social media,
Right.
you have like relationship goals and
Yeah. Facts.
people look, we both been in relationships.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And we both know that appearances is kind of, you know what I'm saying? What
No,
looks good
man.
on the gram ain't really, know.
Exactly. Oh man, you saying it all right there.
Yeah, so it's like when it comes to quote unquote, so it seems like you're revealing like a lot of stories that um that talk about love,
Right.
but in like a raw and vulnerable way through your perspective and also from other people's perspectives, right? Because you do like interviews, right, with your clients.
Well, I don't do the interviews like about so much their love life. I actually just want to get into who they are as a person.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because I feel like, regardless of how like external factors come in relationships being an external factor, it's all about a return to self and like just knowing who you are. And
Yeah.
we kind of forget that when you get in a relationship and stuff, you know you combining lives with another person, and so
Right.
you become a new person.
Right.
You know.
But you got so much content and so much like because you had a solo show that was crazy.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
crazy. So you had a lot of inspiration that came from somewhere. So where that all
Well,
that
see, and again, the Loveless Society like brand, it just opens it up so I can talk about whatever I want because that's who I am. So
Gotcha.
so like the
Yeah.
actual like all of my confusion with love and all of those things, it
Yeah.
kind of just comes out like through that. And so
Okay.
I know that that's like the perception of Loveless, like, oh, it's about heartbreak and stuff like that. But it's
No,
like,
no, no. I meant like
no, I know.
all the stories.
Yeah, I know what you mean. So that's
Yeah.
like the real me. I'm trying to figure out
Oh,
love, and I
wow.
find that a lot of people that love Loveless, they do share similar, just traits with me of just like, man, I'm confused about love too. So I know that that's why they're attracted to it, but I know
Right.
that the answer is helping them figure that out. And so I provide my story really, and I guess that's the whole thing, like just being as honest as I can. Like, yo, I'm having a lot of trouble with this, and so it comes out in the majority of the art, like like with the women, and just the constant showing and portrayal of just like Cupid being bad at his job and heartbreak and stuff like
Right.
that. But I'm trying to provide a solution as well through the stories of being like, no matter what I go through or what you go through, you can always come back to self and you can reset and you can get back on track.
Your whole life could get deleted.
Well, it's funny too that you said that. So you were talking about the perception. I do remember that particular relationship. The reason I think that I took it so hard was because it was like one of the last relationships where I was like, I'm gonna let the public be a part of this relationship, I think.
Big
And
mistake.
so when it ended,
But hindsight's 20.
yeah, when it ended, like I was like, dang, I gave too much of myself, But now I even look at it and be like, man, you did that because you loved it. It wasn't about like the world. Like you actually somebody that cares about, showing your lady off and stuff like that. And it's funny because I'm still far away from that, right? But I'm trying to get back to that because I was like, no, I enjoyed that. I don't want to be like, like the corny dudes and where it's
Right,
like
right,
blah
right,
blah.
right, right.
But I can't lie and be like, a part of me doesn't think that's corny now, and it's because of like the heartbreak that I went through.
Right.
And so I'm just trying to get back to where I need to myself. Just be like, yo, if nothing else, just be honest as you can. And it's funny because me and that girl cool now. You know what I mean? I've moved on and stuff
Yeah.
like that. But at the end of the day, I
Does
mean,
she
I
still
do.
look good?
I mean, I think
Long
every
pause.
every ex I had, like they were all nice looking women. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm that guy.
Politically correct.
Yeah, I'm that guy. Well,
Not all my exes look good. Some of them I got like, nah, I never knew you. I never.
really?
So
I mean, it's been girls I messed with
I'm
like
talking
that.
about-
I'm like, don't tell nobody this.
That-
I was a
I'm
flawed
talking,
guy, man.
I'm talking about like high school because like look, I'm
Okay.
48. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
And they had 4 or 5 kids. You know what I mean? They don't look like the back when we were in high
You
school.
a cold boy, man. You know they
Well,
watch
it's the
it.
truth. So what? Look, if they want me back, and because they see the
Right.
popularity now, they'd be like, oh, let me see if I can spin the block if he remember
Right.
how, you know what I mean, how Stella was. I'm like, nah.
Well, I will
nah.
say this: like every girl I've like been with, like all my exes, I'm not as attracted to them, anymore. But it goes deeper than that, than just like
I would say my recent exes, they still look good.
yeah.
My recent exes.
You was
look
batting
good.
pretty good on those. I'm not
They
gonna lie.
still- But so
I was proud of you. I was like, okay, my boy out here.
what?
I was like, yeah, he out here.
Oh,
Every time
go-
you would
go-
show me like the recent ones, I was like, I'm from the outside. I was like, I get why you heartbroken. You got some tough losses here, buddy, on the outside.
Yo, tell the people, cause my Knicks community in freaking Twitter, right? You know what I mean? They see me, whatever, like, oh, he don't get no girls, man.
No, like CP, he out here. Like he's showing me girls that one, he has a gift I don't have. Like I'm real chill with like the way that I talk to girls. Usually it's because they like giving me the eye or something. I'm like, all right, I feel confident I can do this. He got the gift where he could just go talk to a girl. I'm like, man, I really envy that. And because of that though, a lot of the good looking girls, because they don't get approached like that, like the dudes that go out and holler at them, they do win. And so I've seen you in your element. Like a lot of times you be telling me a story, you be like, yeah, I was, had me a little, and then I went up to the shop and I'd be like, you what? You just went up to her and just started talking?
But this is crazy because I be thinking, you the one that get all the girls because you the tattoo artist. You and you dark skinned. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the tattoo artist part is what I think gets them, because again, they look at all of a sudden, because they know I do tattoos, they look at me in a different light.
Right.
Then because before I did tattoos, I wouldn't get nobody. I ain't gonna hold you. You know what I'm saying? Now mind you, I started tattooing when I was 18. And so it was a drastic difference from like, oh, I'm a tattoo artist.
Right.
It's almost saying like you're a rapper or blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And like a rapper with like that's getting some play. I ain't talking about you just got the mixtape.
So let's get to story time, because you were with City of Ink. Right. And now you're doing your brothers, and now you're doing your thing.
Yeah.
And I remember, right? I mean, look, if y'all outside line, y'all don't know, like City of Ink, they draw people when they have art shows or whatever they do. They draw people.
Right.
And it was City of Ink that first introduced me to the concept of the art groupie.
Yeah, same.
And I was like, I'm a fine artist.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't think we really got that. But y'all were like rock stars. And that was something that, you know what I'm saying? So I was always envying y'all because y'all had to go. And then, truth be told, right, I got to check on him. No, for like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if there's a girl I want to talk to, I'm like, yo.
Oh, man.
I'm like, yo, did you, you know what I'm saying? Did you mess with that? You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't swimming in the same pool. You know what I mean?
My poor guy, he be doing this a lot too. He'll be, at this point, he don't even be asking me. He be like, yo, man, like, like, is she cool? Like, before I like try to follow her, and I'd be like, yeah, she cool as hell, bro. But before you do it, just know that I used to kick it with her. And again, every time, tell me what I always say, like, I said, go ahead though. Like, it's cool. It's been a minute.
It'd be like,
and every time he'd be like, nah. And I'd be like,
bro.
hey, bro, like, she a cool girl though.
Nah, we ain't going through that again.
We've had so many, like, I will say this, and I'm not even like, to me, because where I'm at healed wise, it's not even bragging, but like, if you want to like not cross path with the City of Ink guys and you want like the girls that are in the artists, it's almost impossible. Like, we have had, like, collectively, we've had a lot of them.
Yeah.
And look, I'm so
and
like we've shared space with them. Yeah. Like, that's how I almost want to say it.
And the thing is like, Atlanta's small, bro. Like, there's only like 3 degrees of separation.
For sure.
And then if you're like in our community, you frequent art, whatever.
Right.
9 times out of 10, you're gonna meet a female that somebody else, you know what I'm saying, dated. You know what I mean? Unless she's new to the city or, you know what I'm saying, never like got into the art world or whatever. So it's kind of like tough to quote unquote navigate, all that.
I do get it. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, I do find it to be a gift whenever I do. Like, whenever I used to run across a girl and she hadn't never been around any of the City and guys or, hadn't been, linked with any of my buddies and stuff like that. But at the same time, I think the key word is like, yeah, like we got a history, but she's cool. You should do that. Because maybe I wasn't, or one of these guys, we didn't like give her the attention that she needed, but it's like she sticks out like, dang, she's cool though. Somebody should wife her, like, for real,
Yeah.
I get it. We all got our thing.
Yeah.
We all got our thing.
I ain't swimming.
Don't let your wife go, man, because she thought.
Man, if she was
cool,
somebody from City Ink, man, she ain't
cool.
she probably ain't no wife material anyway. I'll just kidding.
No. So I will say this. So even like the groupie term, some of the coolest girls, like, they would like probably put them in like a City of Ink groupie because they used to hang around us. But man, like a lot of the time too, like them dudes, well, people would say they were groupies. Again, I'm not. People would say they were groupies, but man, these girls are just hanging with us, bro. Did they probably like mess around with one of us? Like, yeah, but we likable guys. Like, why wouldn't you want to? You know what I mean? And
yeah, I think there's a difference between friends and groupies. It's like groupies would be like, okay, now you introduce in a romantic, physical element to it. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's like, and this is like another topic. It's like, what do you think is like based off of your reflection, what is like it about us artists that not all, but some women find attractive?
I think mainly the mysteriousness and
Mm-hmm.
just the personally, just the I mean, we all got this vision of what an artist is, this like romantic guy who like wants to get deep into your feelings and is gonna draw you butt naked and all of that stuff. And we will do all of that, but man, we just regular dudes, man. We like art nerds. Like at least it's like I'll go with like City of Ink guys. We art nerds, man. Like we like comics and anime and stuff. You know what I mean? And even like my fine artist friends,
Introspective
like
stuff.
like I have deeper conversations probably
Yeah.
with you guys, but at the same time, I'm like, hey, regular dudes too. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
We just happen to have a talent. That's the only thing. But to have that talent and to like really be a good artist, you really have to spend a lot of time alone. You got to spend a lot of time like doing that.
Yeah.
And it's something about like, man, it takes a lot of focus to do that, to be like that good. And I
Right.
think women in general just
And
find
we're
that to be
going
an
after-
attractive
I think
quality.
I think too is like we're going after our dreams.
Yes.
The like you said,
Mm-hmm.
the mysteriousness. But I think the conversation level is different. You know what I'm saying? From
it
the
is.
average
For
Joe,
sure.
that you know what I'm saying? It's like he sees the world as black and white, but we see all the
You just said it right there. You finna get mad at me on this,
Go
but
ahead.
this is me, like the heel version of me talking. I think artists, guy artists, right? We're able to tap into our feminine energy.
Oh no, I agree
And,
with
yeah,
that.
and,
Oh heck,
Guys hear that and they be
Heck
like,
yeah.
oh, like blah blah blah.
Oh,
but
no.
we
I'm-
relate to
I'm
women
with
on
that.
such a
I'm with
different
that.
level that it allows them to put their guard down and get really close to us. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no. I was reading the book. Did you ever pick it up? The Way of the Superior Man,
Yep.
bro.
I think you told me to read it.
Yeah. And then they're talking about the masculine and feminine
Right.
energy. Everybody has them, and
Yeah,
I know
everybody, the hardest thug got some feminine energy. It just is what it is.
Heck yeah.
you know?
It's just whether how do they find? Yeah, because he uses it like if he has a daughter, he's able to play with
He's
her.
able to-
You know what I'm saying? He ain't
yes.
gonna like all of a
Yes.
sudden he ain't gonna like treat him like his son, where he's gonna roughhouse him or whatever. Because his son probably like that. But we all tap into that, but like for me, I know like in order for me to tap into doing the art that I do, I use my feminine energy because I feel
Yes.
like it's detailed. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And women are so great at the details. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
Exactly.
But outside of that, I ain't no punk. That's another thing too.
Yeah.
Right?
It's a dance, It's a
Yeah.
dance.
A lot of y'all think y'all could fight an artist. Y'all better. Yeah. I mean, look, there's some of us that really could fight. You know what I'm saying?
That's for sure.
You know what I mean? Don't sleep. You
That's
know
for
what I mean?
sure.
But no, that's a great thing to freaking to say. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's the thing. Like I try to teach men on this platform. It's like it's like all that stuff that the fresh and fits or the freaking what I'm saying, those people like
Right.
like in the manosphere or
Manosphere.
whatever, like.
Which
you
I
know what
won't
I'm saying?
lie, I do like those podcasts.
They're
But I like this
entertainment.
it's because I like the duality of everything. I want to hear everybody's side.
Yeah.
I'd be lying if I said I didn't find some entertainment in it.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, there's, but as long as you take it as entertainment, people are taking it like freaking real life. I was watching DJ Academics. He was on this fake date with this beautiful British girl, right? And she does like these sit down interview styles,
Right.
And it's like a date, and he's like, "Oh, I bet you got a high body count. Oh, I bet you don't gonna be with nobody that ain't got no money and this and that."
That's played, bro.
So my thing is like, there's this thing called it's like a bias, right?
Yeah, for sure.
A selection bias.
For sure.
So the things that he put in his brain, he's thinking to himself, just because of all the girls I dealt with and all the girls that my boys dealt with, and we had this collective, like what you were saying earlier about the loveless society, this collective thought of how love, quote unquote, is, you know what I'm saying? And all women are this way, whatever, but we are a lot more nuanced than that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. No, I mean, you're saying it all right there.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes I feel bad that because like men because that's what's popular right now.
Right.
That's what a lot of boys are striving to be like this kind of like hyper masculine like guy. But you got to be able to tap into both sides of yourself, and that's just like, if you got an emotion, you can like give into it. And like the guys that do, women are just naturally more drawn to them. Just, because you have a curiosity about their perspectives as well. A lot of these women are tapping too much into their masculine energy. That's the thing. And so that's why they're so defensive instantly.
Facts.
Like, women want us to, like, be protectors to them at the end of the day. And that protection don't mean like, oh, pay the bills and do all of this and all of that. Not these days. A lot of time it just mean like, man, just help me feel like I'm safe with you. Like I'm a woman.
A woman's number one thing that she could get from her man is protection, and that's spiritual, financial, and physical protection. If you waver on any of that, then like, well, and then the problem I got with some of these shows and these narratives is like they want women to change their nature. Like it don't work like that. It's like trying to tell the eagle not to fly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like in their nature. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, there's compromise. Like, you know what I mean? There's like, like let's say a financial thing where, look, we living in hard times, like whatever. And you know what? You might have to go 50-50 or 40-60. You know what I'm saying? At least just to get by. That's a bigger issue. But you're getting that security. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
It's like I was talking to man, I like to get her on the show. This lady, she's doing life coaching, and we talked for hours. Like she got me through my grandmother's passing.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah, and
that's beautiful. Shout out to her.
Yeah, but every every therapist needs a therapist. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
So she was talking about how she used to make $200,000 in Jersey and this and that, and in Georgia we don't need that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So I was trying to give her a perspective of like, okay, your security is in 200,000, but you can live off of 50,000 in Georgia easily.
Oh, for sure.
As a single woman,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Now that her kids are grown, you know what I mean? You could live off of 50,000 if you live modestly, and then work your way up to whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? So, but in her mind, that she feels like that 200,000 is her security.
Yeah.
And sometimes you just can't change that.
Like you said, sometimes therapists need the therapist.
Hell yeah! Like that's why I would never date a therapist. I would never.
That would be tough.
Man,
that's a whole conversation. We can't. We don't even jump on that one. That's a whole another hour.
What?
Thinking about like how life would be with a therapist. That's too much,
bro. Oh, I guess I could ask this question from one of my female followers.
Right.
She's an artist. She asked me, and I'll ask you.
Yeah.
What is it like to dating other artists?
Oh man, so I don't have a lot of experience there, but I have dated a few artists, and I found it to like just the perception of it. I was like, I'm over the moon. Like, wow, I got somebody that has a very similar like as I do and stuff like that. But then you find out really quick. I think that where the difference comes in is that you probably need an artist that like the type of art that you like.
Oh, bro.
Because all of a sudden it becomes like this other different thing. Like it could be like something like skill level. So now you make them feel a little insecure because like you draw too much better than them, or just the amount of time that you want to work versus the amount of time they want to work, and they still want to just like spend a lot of time like not fooling around or anything, but it's just like, hey, we artists, we supposed to be creating and stuff like that. What I have found is, so not so much because I'm talking about like artists, like drawing artists. I found that artists that are just more so creatives and they create in other ways, I found better connections with them. Because now we're not comparing, they're not comparing, and I'm not comparing art to each other. And like our work ethics and stuff like that is more so like we're cheerleaders to each other of like our chosen like creative like outlet. Yeah. I find that to work a lot better.
And I think too is like you have to have appreciation for her art.
Yep.
And she has to have appreciation for yours, even if you do different things.
Exactly.
But I am like that. Like I can't be with nobody that does what I do. That suck.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? She suck at oil painting or
it's
freaking
hard,
like whatever. I'm like, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? That then they have that competitive.
You gotta be nice to them.
Like, no. I remember I wasn't dating this artist, but I was in the friend zone with this artist, right? And she and I used to go to I was like, oh, there's an art show. You want to come? And she'd be like, yeah, I'll go, like, whatever. And I go up in there, and I'm just like, this group show's whack.
Right.
And we get in the car. She's like, "Oh my gosh, you're so judgmental about other artists.
Man, that's crazy.
I wonder what you think about my art." But because she was fine, I was like,
I love the honesty. Look, I like that this is the honest hour. One thing that is a very like
"It's always
similar-
honest hour in the CP the Artist pod."
Hey, look, you
ahead.
get that right. One thing I've found is, for me, like dating like artists, and them being again like I'm a skill level above and stuff like that, but they get way too deep about the art they see, or even like looking at my art and they get super deep, and I'm like, it actually is not that deep, and like have to kind of go through that and like listen to it, like some of the time that be
I'm like,
making
"Yeah,
me
shut
feel
up."
weird, yeah, like I'm like.
Shut
I
up. I don't
get
care about the destruction or the deep
Yeah,
consecration and this and that. Nah,
and
get
so
out of here.
some of the time, I like a part of me be feeling like this all of a sudden feels false, and I don't like when things feel false.
Or
You know what I mean?
Yeah, force, I would
So
say.
it's something about that. As the word like
That's why I can't.
enjoy it.
That's why I don't think I could date artists based off of like what you just said. Like some of them, like I'm conservative,
Right.
right? And if she's more of the liberal thing, the liberal side of things, man, it ain't gonna work because a lot of times especially in the art community, they take those things and they
Right.
start to blend it throughout
Oh,
life.
Yeah.
Then I'd be like, nah, sis. I'll tell you a quick story. 'Cause I always want to tell the story.
Okay.
Right?
Cool. Yeah, I'm here.
So I'm freaking. We're after art show. It was that Art Atlanta show.
Okay.
It had to have been like at least 10 years ago.
Oh, so a minute. Okay.
Yeah. After party was at Halo. I go to Halo. Female artist that was in there. She had two friends. One scraggly looking blonde and this gorgeous redhead. I, spark up a conversation. You know what I'm saying? No, knowing how I do. I wanted the redhead.
Right. As we all
The
do.
straggly, the straggly blonde chick. You know what I'm saying? Was all up on me.
Okay.
She's saying to me, "Oh, we have a VIP section. Come with us." You know what I'm saying? She's putting on the game. I go because I'm like, okay, free drinks, and I'm gonna be in the VIP. You know what I'm saying? With these girls, and I'm gonna see if I could try to talk to the redhead chick.
Right.
We walk up to the freaking.
Oh, you was on demon time.
It's Atlanta. Oh, we walk up to the VIP. There's a white guy, and from what I could think, I don't know if he was Mexican or freaking Filipino, young guy.
Right.
The white guy was like old, full of gray hair. He looked like freaking the dude from I don't know, To Catch a Predator and stuff like that, but with white hair. I'm like, okay, something going on over there. They're at the end of the couch.
Right.
I'm in the middle of the couch, scraggly chick, quick to pour me drinks. Ask me what my name is, whatever. So I'm like, all right, she is really blocking me from talking to this redhead. And I'm trying to find like an out, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Redhead is by herself just being quiet and bougie.
Right.
So she pours me a drink, I drink it, and then she says to me, "Oh, I'll pour you another one." I look down, she has a wedding ring on.
Oh man.
I said to her, "Hold on, you're married?" She says, "Yeah, my husband's right over there."
Oh yeah.
It was the dude with the boy toy. It was the dude with the boy toy at the end.
Wait, what?
It was the dude with the boy toy.
Oh, see, I missed that part.
Yeah, it was
Okay.
She was with the dude, but he had his little piece on the side. I was supposed to be her piece. So then get this, right? So then I said to her, "Oh, you know what? I had enough to drink. I got to go home."
Right.
Oh, you know what? I was living in Gwinnett at the time.
Okay.
And you know how from Gwinnett to Atlanta, that's like a 40-minute ride. So I was like, nah, I got enough drink. I think I should be going. She says, "Oh, we got a hotel we got a room at the W.
You knew that was coming.
You're welcome to come." Bro, I ain't say what word. I just bounced
Yeah.
out of that thing. You know what I'm saying? Just
Right.
trying to get me on a freak off with her husband and freaking, you know what I'm saying, Manny Pacquiao. But like, it was like, that was like a terrifying freaking
Yeah, that's
experience.
scary. I'm glad you got that story off your chest. You didn't need to keep that in your body, man. That's
Hell,
terrible.
freaking, yeah. Got millions of stories in the
I'm
city.
surprised you didn't go in on her. Just on some like the disrespect here. Like, why would you think that I would be cool with it? What about me makes you think that this would be cool?
And that goes back to being an artist, man. Maybe she thought that, oh, he's an artist. Maybe he's open to this stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's another thing too. It's like, yeah, I'm an artist, and I think I've learned people and kind of understand people that I'm not as judgy as I used to be. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, okay, don't assume just because I'm an artist, like, you know what I'm saying? I want to, you know what I mean? So
Man, I ain't been hit with that one, bro. That's a new one.
You know, it's crazy because it's like, how should I put it? You're like, I'm a homebody. You're a homebody, but you have clients that you interact with every single day. Right. You know what I'm saying? And Atlanta is like, you meet. We're gonna tell this story, bro. Okay. So I go to his.
Look, I'm scared.
Good. Scared is good. I go to his show. I meet this beautiful, freaking brown-skinned chick. Right. First time she ever been in the show. Dang, I don't even know how I should say this story. Heck, we gonna say.
Is this the short-haired girl?
Yes.
Okay. Look, look, very beautiful young lady, by the way. In case you ever like watch this, and appreciate you buying the art.
Beautiful girl. Yeah, no diss to her. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to you for the assist too. I know that sale wouldn't have happened without you.
Hell yeah, man. Gotta look out for my brothers. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Continue though. I know we talk about that.
Me and her at the show. You know what I mean? We date, whatever.
Right.
Come to find out she was a freakazoid. And I was just like, damn, like she had no tattoos, no piercings, like, you know what I'm saying? She just looked like whatever.
Right.
But she was a freakazoid. We didn't do anything. Right. You know what I'm saying? But she was in some you know, she revealing to me, you know, what the stuff she was into. I was like, you know, I'm gonna pass on that. You know what I'm saying? I don't think we.
So what was it? People don't know. Like, what was it? Like, people don't know because you hear freakazoid. She wasn't out here like getting her trains.
She was into bondage. She was into bondage.
Because she told me that. I thought that was cool, bro. Like, as an artist, you didn't think that was cool? I thought it was kind of cool. But that's me.
I ain't tying nobody up, and I ain't about tying me up.
Look, and this is not, again, I'm not trying to be with, like, get on anybody. Don't be jumping in my DMs. I like freaky girls, though. Like, it's something about them that I really do. Like, my wife, whoever she is, she's going to, most likely, it's like, y'all should look at her sideways a little bit, be like, we know you freaky. Because he only want freaks. And so, like, he probably would, like, I don't really do the bondage stuff, but if she wanted it, hey, I'll tie your ass up. Like,
well, let me ask you something, right?
I got my limits. The limits are usually when it go like too much outside.
But what if she don't got no limits, and then all of a sudden she's like, "Yo, this is kind of boring." You know what I'm saying?
Oh, so even with that, the way I would deal with that, I let her know what my limits are. Mm-hmm. If my limits, and I think I got pretty high limits. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like, if my limits still don't pacify that itch for you, then we're just not compatible. It's literally that simple. Because if you're a real super freak, you know what I'm saying? And I won't I'm not a super freak, but I like to have fun, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then it's a person still for you.
Yeah.
Like, so you might as well just get away from the people that's like, I wanted a little more tame. And so with that being said, like, I remember because she came to my studio when she came to pick up her painting, and the guy that I guess does the bondage for her for the look, she gonna be listening to this shit like, but I know. Yeah.
She probably not.
But again, she's so cool. Like, and the guy was really cool. He was like, man, I'm a fan of the work. I seen you like put girls in bondage on the artwork and stuff like that. And they were just like really nice people. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, y'all freaked out a little bit, but I don't think it's like crazy. I think it's crazy when it starts to be.
My thing is like,
I don't even want to say what I think is crazy. Let's keep this PG.
Well, we already gone there, man. Well, I'm gonna say like my thing is like, look, I'm conservative. You know what I'm saying?
You said
I'm conservative. I'm Christian. I ain't
right.
I ain't trying to dibble dabble in, like, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like everything. So look, to each his own, but I ain't gonna be the man for you. You know what I mean? Now,
I think that was the biggest thing though, is that you were honest about that.
Yeah.
You know
hell yeah.
Y'all have been a good couple though. I ain't gonna lie.
Nah,
you don't think so?
She was
a little more than what I'm thinking. I'm probably seeing some surface level stuff. You know the real her then. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
I don't really know the real her. I to be honest with you. We only talked for like maybe a week or so.
Okay. This goes superficial again. Just looks wise, y'all looked.
Yeah, we did. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
We looked good together.
Yeah.
But respect to her.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't think it would have. I don't think she. I think she knew it wasn't
You
gonna
got
work out
tired of
anyway. But remember the second one I took to your studio, the one that freaking tried to tell you about the damn.
Oh yeah, the one that was talking about the food, right?
Yeah, shit. Like I take this girl, cause he got a shop right by where
Krog Street Market.
Croc Street Market. There's like
On the Beltline,
this trail, you know what I'm saying? So me and this girl was on like the second stage of our date. I was like, oh, we'll go get some smoothies, whatever, you know what I'm saying? And you were open and I was trying to kill time.
Yeah, for sure.
And we went over there and this girl starts dictating to him, you know what I'm saying, what you should and should not eat. I was like, you just met this dude for 5 freaking minutes. I felt embarrassed.
Yeah, that was.
I was like, shut the hell up. Like, you're my date.
Not
Just
me.
sit here, look cute, you know what I mean, and shut the hell up. Didn't follow no freaking orders. You know what I'm saying? But getting back, like, that segue, it's like, dating in Atlanta, bro, it's like for me, like my goal is marriage. I don't know if that's something that you see in your eye. Oh,
Same.
oh,
That's
you
when
really
I say
healed, man. 'Cause I
no.
don't think
When I say the boundaries I have now, it's like, do I think that this could lead to marriage? Like that's actually like why I won't like entertain like a lot of people now, because I do want to get married now. Like build some legacy.
Yeah, me too. Like I always felt that partnership, that union was always important to me. Like women, like I go outside and I could probably get, 1 or 2 numbers if I like the old me. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
But it was like right after my breakup, and and I was doing a time with these women.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like I was just, trying to fill that void. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
you know what I'm talking about.
Exactly.
Filling that void of other women. You know what I'm saying? Which, because my ex, she moved on, and I was like, well, I'm gonna move on, too.
Right.
But even during that time, I was never trying to avoid my healing process, even though. I was on Hinge. I was dating like freaking 50 women in 2022. You know what I'm saying? But just that void was like. Now I'm more selective. Go ahead.
No, I mean, I agree. Like, I mean, that's the biggest part of my healing. Like, I was trying to distract myself with all the women. That's what I learned that I was doing. Like all of that attention was like, honestly, I don't want to get too deep, but I was trying to heal a mother wound of like, I needed validation. All these girls wanted me around, like, and it felt good, and it helped me, one, not have to deal with any heartbreaks that I had. And I was just bringing all of that into the next relationship. Like, I look back, it was several opportunities with several women, and obviously I regret like big time, like, the last like couple that I could have married these people. If you have like a really big connection and a long relationship, you probably really want to be with them for real.
For real, yeah.
I had like such big blocks, and mind you, I've done a lot of atonement. Like, the women that matter, they know how much they mean to me now.
And that's part of growth, because it's like I don't blame much on my ex for our breakup.
Right.
It was her decision to break up.
I take a radical accountability these
Yeah,
days. I don't care if I wasn't even at fault. I still will take.
Yeah. I'm gonna take. I could like piece back and be like, all right, I did this wrong here. I did this wrong like there, and that ain't no simp stuff, whatever.
Nah,
it's just
zero.
Like, it's just like self-reflection. It's like you got people like Amanda Steeles, you know what I'm saying, the freaking comedian. It's like,
can you educate me on what's going on with her? Like, I don't.
Yeah. She's been a comedian in the business for like almost 20 years and
that's
stuff
what I know,
like
but
that.
I know everybody hates her, and I don't. I'm
and
like,
she gets in these like kerfuffles with people.
Yeah.
And every time she mentions something, it's always somebody else's fault. They don't like me. She's
okay.
As someone said, a professional victim.
Yeah.
And so what I was saying was like, I'm not gonna be a professional victim, because it's
Right.
like all the stuff that maybe I didn't learn from all the things that I messed up in my last relationship. I'm not gonna try to bring that same person into the next relationship. I got to be bigger and badder, because if my ultimate goal is to, get married and whatever, it's whatever. And it's like, my grandmother died, and it really sucked that she never got to see that. I did it right. You know what I'm saying? And I had a family or whatever. But you know what? I told her before she went, I was like, Grandma, it's hard out here. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I hope you watched. I hope you watched the pod. Just kidding.
So, like, mind you, again, I know you're Christian. I believe in I'm real spiritual, but I do believe that you get to pass her legacy on now, and you get to like let's say you have a daughter, obviously I'm putting kids on you, but you have a daughter, a part of your grandma is in your daughter, you know what I mean, and she does get to kind of like see it through how you treat her. So
Right,
I kind of
right.
look at things like that.
Yeah, and that's why I took her Bible's right over there. That brown
that's
book,
beautiful,
right?
bro.
Yeah, man.
That's a nice Bible too.
Yeah.
Case and everything. That's what's up.
Yeah, and it got all her writings in it, man.
Wow.
And bro, man, it's like as soon as I opened up that thing, bro, like she had this. She wrote courage. Courage is not doing the things. Dang, what is? Hold on, I'm gonna grab it.
Yeah, man, it's getting me kind of teary eyed, man. That's beautiful. My grandma ain't leave me nothing, man. Oh, look, sometimes you got to, right? Hold that. You got to hold that up to the people. That's a nice looking like Bible.
Yeah,
I'm really into vintage stuff these days. It's like really
my
cool.
grandma Bible.
Man, that's
nah,
nice.
but it smells like her too. Now I told my mom, I was like, yo, where's grandma's Bible? I need it. She was like, your sister took it. I was like, what? She did what? But then I was like, well, my sister needs saving anyway.
Oh, look.
So I was like, you know what? All right, go ahead. So then at the funeral, like I'm outside, like whatever, you know what I mean? Right. And then my sister was like, here, I want you can have it, because she's like, I know you'll read it. I was like, yeah. No, but my grandmother said, courage is not the absence of fear, but doing the right thing in spite of fear. You know what I'm saying? So
in the handwriting and everything.
Yeah, bro, man. Yeah, it's like
that's crazy.
And it smells like her. And yeah, every time I get down, you know what I'm saying, like whatever, I read it. And my goal is to pass it down. You know what I'm saying? Like pass it down to some of
that's a family.
Yeah, it is. You know what I'm saying? So we could like kind of get to know her legacy and what she was about, whatever. And I'm proud of, and what you were talking about like, kids, I got nephews and younger cousins that I'm inspiring. I'm hoping. Yeah. I'm hoping to inspire, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I was gonna say, but so man, I'm proud of you and your journey.
Thank you.
Hopefully one day you come on our side.
Great.
Well, we'll take a baby steps.
Yeah.
We don't got no ayahuasca, in Christian land. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But what I was gonna say was, so where do you see the brand going in the next 5 years? Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? You know what I'm saying, long-term goals and stuff like that.
No, I love that. Let's see. Long-term goals. I just want to keep Loveless going in a positive direction. I always wanted us to have a cartoon. I'm really into filmmaking as well. So just things with more, that are more on the TV screen, stuff like that. So, everything that I do, like right now I'm doing the comic books. One of the comics is called Loveless Cupid, where he's helping people with their love life, but he's a bad version of Cupid. The other one is called I Hate Healing, and it's kind of about a black man going through his healing journey, but it's done in a very entertaining way. It's funny because there's so many things with healing that have worked for me and haven't worked for me, and so I'm trying to kind of show that through the comic. But I just want to continue to tell stories and take these stories to as many people as I can, and so I think something like being on TV with a Netflix or a HBO Max or even just YouTube at the very least, right?
Or Amazon.
Exactly. Exactly. So that's the goal for me. Everything is about just trying to get my stories out to the masses, and so I'm just going to continue to do that, and also just tattoo as many people's story on them, because again, the Loveless cherubs, I guess I didn't talk about that. The Loveless tattoos, I ask a person who they are and what they love and stuff like that, and then I turn all of that into like a little tattooed version of a cherub, which is a baby angel, or they can get an angel or a muse, and you can see that at lovelesssociety.com. You can go check that out. But just having as many people in my community in that loveless community that want to just show the world who they are and not be afraid of that. So
Yeah.
in the next 5 years, just continue to elevate. Also have
do
a
you-
wife.
Yeah, amen, yeah. We're working on that.
Right.
Did you ever think about like a live action? Is that what they call it?
Yeah, like
live
live
action.
So I
part of
would do
your-
that because I'm a big fan of just me and you talk about like TV shows and movies all the time. Like I'm actually a real for real cinephile, and that's somebody that just loves cinema. We go back and we reference it a lot. I'm really into like, a lot of the older directors, and I like Tarantino, like I like Scorsese, I love a lot of Spike's like stuff. Like who else? Like I'm really into Ryan Coogler these days actually. Like I just kind
Really?
of like his
Yeah.
philosophies, right? So I do know that he's gone a lot into like the mainstream like Marvel stuff, but
And you like
when I hear his interviews though, I'm like,
you
this feels authentic.
Donald Glover.
Oh, Donald Glover's the
Yeah,
goat.
yeah.
He's the goat for me.
Yeah.
Like, and with that, it's just like he's like somebody like
And
him.
Tyler Perry. You're a big Tyler Perry fan.
I don't like any Tyler Perry stuff. Like I feel like
Those are
I know that, and I wish that like it is messed up. What if
Come
Tyler,
on,
like,
we find it entertaining, man.
yeah. What
The
if
flaws?
what we do? And so what if Tyler try to like be like, I'll be the one to finance it. I'll be like, I can't even do that in good faith, bro. Like because you gonna find something, you gonna be mad at me one day,
bro?
But it's because I know that he can do better and he like doesn't. But somebody like Donald Glover, I'm like, he keeps giving us such quality, high quality like stories and things through every medium that he does. And I think that that's how I attack my art. Like no matter what I touch, I want it to be the very best that I can do. It's not about rushing it. I mean, I try to go fast so I can get it out. I'm big into finishing things.
Right.
But I want it to be the best thing that it can be at that current moment. And then I'll go and I'll dissect it and be like, how can I make this better next time through iterations? So yeah, Donald's the GOAT to me. I'm not gonna sit here a lot.
Yeah, bro. And I think he's very underappreciated.
Oh, for sure. That's the big thing.
For a whole lot of cinematic reasons. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Storytelling reasons. Like
Yeah.
it's like you watch an episode like The Hive. I know it was Hive or Spawn.
You talking about Swarm?
Swarm.
Yeah.
Sorry, that was great. I didn't like the ending, but
Yeah, the ending was-
even though I didn't like the ending, it had me still talking.
Yeah.
That's what a movie should do. That's how a movie should
No,
do.
you're right. And like his show Atlanta, like I won't stop talking about that. Like it's my
Right.
I think it's my favorite show ever. Like even on top of Breaking Bad, which I'm like like
We
Atlanta
big-
just
we both,
really
big Breaking Bad fans.
yeah, Atlanta just did it for me. You know what I mean? And even that new show, like Mr. and Mrs. Smith, I loved it. Like to the point where I went and watched all these interviews after about like just it's the nuance in it. Mind you, I love me some relationship and like relationships failing and coming back together. So I was like, man, they made this show for me because I love some action too. It's some dark comedy.
Right.
So like, he made a show for me.
Yeah. And it's like how we watch movies. It's like when that director said, you know what, I'm going to put this little salt and pepper and adobo and oregano and whatever into this like clip and like that attention to detail.
Yeah.
Like I was just thinking today about like the rap beef between Kendrick and Drake, right? And people are like, oh, on Joe Budden's podcast, they was talking about, oh, who won this, and they were like arguing back and forth.
What was Joe saying?
Joe was basically saying, Drake came outside to the wrong person. All that stuff that Drake was doing before, he thought that was going to be good enough to win the battle, but it wasn't.
Yeah.
Kendrick, when he started with Euphoria, right? That was his theme, and it ended with his theme. It was like Prince versus Michael Jackson.
Right.
Because Prince was a storyteller and Michael Jackson was a great entertainer.
Gotcha.
It's two different things. So I was going to, the question was...
Were you talking about like the Kendrick and...
Yeah. So when you... Did you feel the same way about that?
I'm in a weird like space with it. Like, mind you, like it probably like preface this by saying I'm a bigger Michael Jackson fan. Like I appreciate Prince as an artist.
No, I mean like the Drake and Kendrick.
No, that's what I'm saying. So
okay,
I'm a bigger Michael Jackson fan, meaning that like I was all the way on Kendrick's side, mainly because I like Mr. Morale and Big Steppers, all of that. Like I'm really into healing, like for real.
Probably the only two people.
Yeah,
I know that.
so I'm already biased toward Kendrick, but for me, like, and mind you, hopefully I'm staying on topic here, but I kind of started to sway, like not so much on Drake's side, but I was like, all right, you're saying a lot of stuff, but you're not really proving nothing to me. And I'm like, this is for me. I get like with rap beefs, you just supposed to be who's spitting the best bars, who's giving you the most entertainment, and I get that, but I'm not like no hip hop head like that. Like I'm just like, man, you said he got an 11-year-old daughter. Like that's to me that was the craziest thing you said. Like like when somebody like Pac be like, I fucked your wife and all of that. It's like, man, we can never prove that because it's here he say she say it was a moment in time. But I'm like, we should see a kid eventually. Like I kind of want that to be proved because that was such a like when I heard that record, I was like, oh, Kendrick won. It's over. Like Drake got another kid, and if Drake don't got another kid, and he said he fed him the line, I'm like, to me that's strategy. And I'm like, well, now I appreciate some good art of war. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so to me, like everybody already like made their opinion up and stuff like that. But I'm like, I'm not just gonna say he just easily won. Now, if he I'm like rap beef, we can just lie about stuff. And mind you, Drake could be lying too about stuff.
That was a huge argument on the Joe.
Yeah, but I'm like, all right, but let's prove some of this big stuff at least. Like a kid, we can prove. Like we can't prove if you hit your lady and stuff like that. Because again, moment in time. Like he say. But something like a kid, we should see this kid grow up.
That was a huge argument on the Joe Buttons pod. Right. It was like, oh, now they could just say lies, and then they were just giving an example of like, when Pac said about faith, that was not really even true. But I think the thing is that when you like, I took an unbiased because I enjoy both. Yeah. Even though Kendrick is more like I wasn't like, oh, get him Kendrick or da 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 da, whatever. Like I appreciated Family Matters. Right. I thought it was coming to a point where we all lost, like nobody won. It was like sort of like a Game of Thrones.
That's the feeling I felt. I eventually like kind of fell off of it because I was like, I got work to get done, and this is distracting me now. If we just gonna lie and now it's getting catty, we got to be like, ain't no pedophile, and it's like, look, I'm like, man, it's not fun no more. It was fun. That was the thing.
That was the thing. Like when I woke up, I think it was on Sunday. When I was like, dang, we getting entertained by like wife beating, and it was like, it's nasty.
This ain't it no more.
Yeah. I was like, I don't want to hear nobody. Like, nah, I don't want to hear no more of this because it's like I can understand like if the, and I'm not saying this is right. Right. If it was like a ploy on like the whole pedo thing or under A minor, you know what I'm saying? That was like,
but just keep it there.
Like now you're going into thing because like there's a thing about him being a older man dating younger women. Right. I get that slant, you know what I'm saying? But now when you start putting in some things, now it's like, nah, I want to beat this dude's ass. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because in our community we don't mess with we don't mess with that. And my thing is like, you can't, and the wife beating too. You can't get back for that. You can't come back for that. You know what I'm saying? It's like that's a label. I was like, am I comfortable about putting labels on people? Like if there's no quote unquote proof. So at that time I was like, but I was enjoying it up to that point because I felt like Kendrick was making an album out of this dude. You watched Euphoria? The show?
I seen the episode or two. I know everybody told me to watch it,
bro.
Mainly from how it's filmed. They like, you got to watch it just because it's filmed so great.
It's filmed. Storytelling is amazing. I know it's hard for straight dudes to watch that sucker because there's a lot of content that ain't for
it's funny too. One of the episodes I saw, and again, I can be like okay about that. Like I was watching Jared Carmichael's show the other day.
Ooh, right? They talk about that a lot on the podcast. Right. It's hard to watch.
What's funny, and mind you, I'm not throwing my buddy out here like that, but one of my best friends from high school, he came out like a decade ago, and so he got a tattoo from me recently. So we was watching the show, and it was for me, it was fun. Cool to hear his perspectives on a lot of that stuff because we don't know that world. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, it's a lot of hookup culture in that world and stuff. So we were just casually watching it, but neither here nor there. But the one episode of Euphoria,
I'm saying hell yeah because I know, but I'm just reading research that them
but I was looking at the one episode of Euphoria I saw. Like this dude, he was like with his girl, like
and thinking about another dude.
No, so it wasn't that deep. It looked like I don't know. I guess he was getting rushed into like a fraternity or something. It looked like they came in while he was having sex and like jumped on top of it. I was like, and I was just like, what just happened to him? What's going on? And I was like, I don't know if this is a show for me. Like because in my head I'm like, ain't these high schoolers? That's like a lot.
He was in college.
He was in college. But she was in high school.
Yeah.
I was like, this is a lot to me. Like I was like, I'm cool on this show.
That junk. Nah, it was.
I probably should check it out though.
It was. Bro. there's parts in it that is very hard to quote unquote swallow.
Gotcha.
But the way they did it, you know what I'm saying? Like I was like, I ain't watching this junk again. And I was just like, gotta turn it on.
Yeah, I can appreciate a good story.
You know what I'm saying? And so it was basically is like people living out their lie.
Right.
So when Kendrick came out with that, I immediately knew what that was about. And then how he
Dang, that's cool.
bookended
Gotcha.
with Meet the Grams.
Right.
Oh my God, man, that is scientific. Like whatever. Like nobody think. Like Drake was probably thinking, "Oh, I'm gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna outbar him to death and so forth and so on." This dude was like, "Watch this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make a story about you,
Yeah.
and everybody gonna see it."
Right.
And that, like,
I was still enjoying it at that point.
yeah. Up until that,
Yeah, up until I was like, all right, but now we not.
Mm-hmm.
But now we just saying stuff like, you know,
Right,
Like,
now
I was
we
like,
just
now we not trying to prove like.
Now we're like throwing freaking spaghetti to the wall, see if it sticks.
Then I started falling off of it. I was like, all right,
that was nasty.
I had a good time, but it's not fun no more.
Yeah, nah, it ain't like, you know what I'm saying. It was like I wanted to see a competitive, you know what I'm saying, freaking, you know, back and forth, you know what I'm saying, and keep it at that. Now they're shooting up people's houses or whatever. I don't even know what that's going on.
Yeah, it's too much. You know, I'm not. You know, I don't attract myself to negative energy, and I'm like, I said it's too much negative energy now. Like I'm cool on this.
No, I feel you. I feel you on that. It's like as you get older, it's like, because I don't want to be morbid or whatever, but I remember one time someone said like your life is like our lives is like the hourglass. You know what I'm saying? And there's a part of that hourglass where there's more sand on the other than the, you know what I'm saying, at the top.
That's where we at right now.
And it's like, yeah. And so it's like, you know, it's like how I deal with like women. It's like, I can't see, like a woman probably think, oh, he'll put up with my stuff, or he will like it, or he won't. I'm like, most likely I won't. Mm-hmm. So my thing is like, I'm looking for that freaking, not perfect situation, you know what I'm saying? But where it's like less stress, unnecessary drama. Like there was just like this muse. I follow her on Instagram, you know what I'm saying? She's trying to get her life right, whatever. But it's like every time I freaking turn on the thing, she's you know, doing a story about freaking, you know, what went wrong in her day and all these people and try to get her and da 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 da. I'm like, you totally turned yourself off.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? From you know, being potential with me. So my thing is like have you ever like met somebody that came in for a tattoo and y'all thought y'all were gonna, like, you know what I'm saying, start talking?
I mean, that used to happen all the time. I did start talking to him. You know, so yeah. I mean, this
is what I really want to ask.
Okay.
Have you ever gave away some free work?
Oh no, I don't do that.
There you go.
And shout out to Maya. Like when I first started working there, because again, I'm just a kid from Alabama at that point. I was probably like 22. You know what I mean? And he was like, and this is real stuff. This is what he told me. You know, I probably shouldn't tell a secret, but he was like, if a girl try to get at you on some like, I'm gonna give you some if you like do my tattoo. He was like, charge her more because she want to give you some anyway. You know what I mean? Like I always like thought about that. You know, I ain't gonna say I've like ever done that, but it do let me know. Like usually those girls do end up being like lifelong clients though. Like especially if you don't cross that line, but even if you do, you know, they'll keep
man. I think I dated a couple of women that had some free tattoos. I'm like, how you poor and you got like $5,000 worth of tats on you? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's not cool.
I was like, I'm gonna get myself in trouble.
Don't do it.
Nah, so yeah, I ain't gonna do it. I don't know who's listening.
It was close. I can see it in your face.
Yeah. Well, but like, I get requests to like, you know, let's work together and this and that, da 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 da, and then I'm like, all right, and then like I might tell a friend, like, female friend, and be like, oh, she's trying to talk to you. Don't you see, like, you know, da da da, and I'd be so oblivious. You know what I mean?
That's me all day.
That's it. Yeah. I'm
so oblivious.
Yeah, I'm still oblivious.
Yeah. I don't be knowing.
Because I think the thing is, like, I'm always trying to keep a professional type of interaction
That's it.
with women.
That's
you know
it.
What I'm saying?
When I'm tattooing, I'm always trying to keep it professional. I know, like, so late. Like, usually after the tattoo, they'll hit me up and be like, "Yeah,
Oh,
I think you blah, blah."
when the blood was squirting out of that tattoo,
Blood does not squirt out of tattoo, people. I don't know what this man.
I looked into your eyes and I thought, you felt my pain. Nah, but being over at your studio while you tattooing, man,
Right.
and like the conversations, you know what I'm saying? I'd be able to walk out, man, because I'd be like,
Yeah.
golly, man, like this is like what you do is like close to therapy.
Yeah, for sure, it is.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, like, yeah, if they're able to talk, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
I do remember that woman that went from men to women. She was cool. She had a little dog.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, she was cool. You know what I'm saying? And like getting to her story and all the other stuff.
Right.
You know what I mean? I was like, dang, like I was like, I want to bring you back.
Right.
Get away from the woman, girl.
I had this girl
There's
crying.
still hope over here.
I had this girl crying in the studio the other day, and she was just like visiting her dude. But I was being so real about my story.
I'll talk about it.
Man, I don't want to go too deep on it, just because out of respect. But
Yeah,
like, I was hitting her like really hard because I felt like she was in a similar like situation of just trying to figure out like where she wanted to be in life and stuff like that. And she just started crying. But I think it helped bring them closer because she got to see like, hey, this man, we look at people in a certain way, but he's going through his journey too, and he might be confused and stuff like that, but he's still trying to give you this attention. And she was like, well, how do I deal with a guy like that? And it's like, you just got to ask yourself what you can handle and what you can't, and be honest about it. If you can't handle it right now, like, it's nothing wrong with being like,
right.
I can't handle somebody that's confused, but if he's putting in the effort and stuff like that, if you can handle it, you can handle it. Everybody ain't built for it. Some people are, you know what I mean?
It's like there's some women that love the challenge, man. Like, my last...
I got my thoughts on that.
And
it ain't the healthiest thing.
Yeah, it ain't the healthiest thing. You know what I'm saying? It's like my last podcast, last podcast I had.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? Like, she openly said, oh, yeah, she loved the F-boys.
Yeah.
It's like,
Shout out to you too. That was a very entertaining podcast, by the way.
Yeah, unfortunately, it probably led her into OnlyFans.
And look, even with that being said, like, you being able to open up and be like, I like the fuck boys. It's something that you need to go into deeper, because you like them, but is that what you want?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
Because do you want like what we consider a good man? A good man can still be a reformed dude that was on his fuck shit. Like, like, it don't mean like, oh, he's absolved of everything from the past. Maybe you want a guy who's kind of past that stage but exhibits the qualities that you are into. So you got to ask yourself, like, what is it about a fuck boy you want, and what is it that you don't want? And you can find a guy that has like, he ain't no pushover, and he,
Right.
a lot of girls
That's
want him
about
and
that.
blah, blah, blah. But he's at a point where he's like, yeah, but I don't need all of that attention.
Right.
And I'm all about my lady. I want to support you, blah. Like,
Right.
so you got to like go more into nuance. And when those guys that, aren't exhibiting those traits,
Yeah.
you can back away.
I feel you. But I think it is, it's like we live in a world of extremes.
We do.
So for
We do.
So for example, it's like you got that dude that feel like, oh, no girl ever wants me.
Yeah.
That's his absolute truth.
Right.
Then you got the dude that is like, every girl wants me.
Right.
And that's his truth, and he's gonna spread his seed everywhere.
Right.
But then there's that nuanced guy in the middle where it's like, yo, I'm okay with having, one woman, but I'm respecting myself. I'm respecting women. I could get as many women as I can, but then there's also on the outside looking in where it's like they see, somebody that, oh, he has the potential to use his power because he has money, he has looks, or whatever. And so she's always on edge, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I feel like you got those dynamics going on. Like, I didn't think it was going to be this hard for me in Atlanta. It's not hard for me to get a date, but it's like, you know what I'm saying, somebody that I could freaking build with, like, you know what I mean, I could trust, you know what I'm saying, that hasn't been at City of Ink or Loveless Society or anything like that, you know what I mean? It's hard, man.
I want to
bondage.
let me follow up on that super quick, just because I want to make this kind of. I will say this: when I left City of Ink, and again, I love my guys to death. Like, I'm City of Ink forever. When I left City
You
of
got the
Ink,
tattoo? The star?
I do actually.
Okay.
Damn, I do. I forgot about it. I do got to start. Maya did it too. But when I left, because we had so many girls coming in and out of there, that's a lot of like feminine, just sexual energy just surrounding us all the time. When I moved into my studio, and this was in 2019, because I just made a post where I like was posting that I was leaving. So it was 2019. None of that happens. I've slept with no girl that came into my studio. Like, none of that. Like, it's strictly professional. I don't know what it is. And I think the energy is just different. Mine just like one-on-one. Like, and I just want them to feel like, again, safe. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying that no girl ain't ever like tried to shoot a shot, but I just keep a level of such professionalism in there that it's not all of that like energy like that. It's more like it's balanced now. Like my masculine energy versus their feminine energy, and then their feminine energy. When they go into that masculine, I can like hit them with some soft stuff and bring them back down. And because of that, like that stuff doesn't happen no more. It's no loveless groupies. Yeah. Like that don't exist. I got admirers.
I'm sure. I mean, your show.
Yeah, for my definition of what a groupie is, since I'm not messing with them, I can't call them groupies. They're just
okay. Let me rephrase that. For admirers.
Yeah,
admire. Like you had a lot of good-looking girls. You know, I was lucky. You know what I'm saying? I was gonna use another word, but
I got you.
You know what I mean? God damn it. You know what I mean? And then you had your the documentary. You had girls there. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they rock. They rock with you. So okay, we won't call them groupies. Like let's say admirers, fans, supporters. Or whatever. But even like me, like my Instagram is 66% women. Yep. Out of my 69,000, 66,000, no, 67% are women, and that's who I talk to all the time. But getting back to what you talked about, like when after you left City Inc., you had your own thing, but the professionalism, you and like boundaries, it gotta be more higher because. Now it's your word against hers or XYZ. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think a lot of artists, I shouldn't say artists, but I think like men who are able to work alone and create by themselves, you got to have those boundaries too. Because I know a lot of dudes are getting themselves in trouble.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Smashing everything in freaking in sight.
Yeah, and I never so much worry about that. Like even when I was working at City of Ink, right?
I do.
But it was a lot of like I'm gonna say competition with that stuff. Whereas like all of a sudden it's like you kind of looking at a girl, she kind of paying attention to you, but then like your coworkers trying to holler at her too, and it's all of a sudden it's like, well, demanding me now. I feel like I need to win, and since it's none of that, I can like admire like a woman, and it just be that. Like I just admire like the energy of her, you know, and that be it. Like we have a professional relationship. You can come in here and not have to feel like you being ogled. You can just feel appreciated. Yeah, like a lot of times it's just like I appreciate you just like they can appreciate me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, we got strong boundaries here. And also I'm not even on that time right now. So we don't have to worry about that.
Self-discipline.
Right.
But yeah, man. And that's one thing I did love about, you know what I'm saying, back in the days when I used to be in those group shows and walk the circuit. You know, scooping up all them chicks, you know what I'm saying, that you can. Because they hated CP the artist for looking good, tall, and being the best at what he does. You know what I'm saying? They hated that. You know what I mean? Like, look at this long, light-skinned dude.
I hate the days when I dreaded him. That
was a little plug. But, Mel, I ain't going to keep you too long. Man, we did an hour and 20 minutes probably. You know what I'm saying?
That's good.
I'm going to cut this up, man.
I really enjoyed this interview. Like, mind you, me and you have been friends for like decades at this point, and you know, I like a lot of these podcasts I come on here. I talk about like obviously my healing and like art and stuff like that. I felt like we just got to have fun, kind of show people what like homies like we really talk like this. You know what I mean? Yeah. And so I just want to,
a lot uncensored.
Yeah, it was a lot more basketball, but we're not gonna do that to y'all.
Oh man, yeah, Knicks. Yep. You know what I'm saying? And by the way, your boy hit me up the other day, right when the game was on. I'm like,
Tommy?
golly, yeah, man, talk about you got art for sale. Oh, and by the way, the Knicks are losing. I was like, I see what you're trying to do, man. You trying to really
I don't
troll
want
me.
to jinx y'all, man.
It's gonna be tough, bro.
Don't put
I
this
ain't gonna
on
say
me.
it.
I really, of all the teams, I want y'all to win the most. It's just something about like I just want y'all to win the most. Like when I look at all the teams, I want y'all to win the most.
I know, because you don't like Halliburton.
It's beyond that. So after y'all beat Halliburton, because y'all gonna beat him, I actually want y'all to win the most. And I don't know what it is. Maybe you just rub some of that Knicks stuff off on me. I just kind of want y'all.
They're
to win.
fun.
It's something about them. They're a lovable team. This is a lovable team.
Yeah, it is, man. They
You
don't got trash talkers. They got hard workers. But what I was gonna say was, here's my thing. I'm gonna look at it in a positive light. Whatever.
Right.
If we make it far, right? Let's say, I'm saying Eastern Conference, finals. With all the injuries we had and the money we have and the assets that we have, we're gonna get
it's time now.
We gotta get somebody help Jalen Brunson.
Yeah. Y'all became real attractive this
year. Yeah, bro.
I think that's the biggest win right
there. Yeah. So we playing with house money still. But let me tell you something. Minnesota, they look like world beaters, bro.
I want them to lose too.
Wait.
I want them to lose. I'm LaMelo biased. You know what I mean?
Oh, cause of Ant.
Yeah, cause of Ant. And I like Ant. And I like Ant too, bro. I hate that my guy not in there, man. He's supposed to be in there with them. I was really thinking about this. LaMelo is just as talented as them dudes, so it really sucks that he got the bad hand. He ain't got no help.
It's the team, man.
No help.
Cause bro, like Minnesota, they are stacked.
Shout out to Brandon Miller. Brandon Miller, that's the only person that's trying to help him. But he's a rookie. Like if that's your second best player, that's not good.
Yeah, man. And I'll be like, dang, you got PJ Tucker even freaking helping out Boston, Dallas. You know what I'm saying?
It's fair, like, man.
Yeah, but
free Melo.
He might be freed, man, because I'm telling you right now, man, like they're gonna be a lot of unhappy freaking NBA players, stars. You know what I'm saying? Because they showed a stat the other day, like everybody, like like over 30, like man, like that start, like LeBron ain't there, Kawhi, KD, freaking Golden State, they're all out.
Yeah.
Like, and they're gonna all those franchises gotta make decisions this summer.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? To retool or rebuild or whatever. So you never know, man. He might be in a conversation somewhere. Like if he go to the Clippers, dog.
I'm here.
Talking to the mic.
LA, please, y'all do what's right. Bring my boy back home.
Yo, speak that into this.
Some relevant basketball.
If they could do a deal for like maybe send Paul George to freaking Charlotte for him.
Yeah.
Man, but bro, you gotta be healthy. Getting them,
gotta be healthy.
Salt baths or something like that.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying?
Just whatever it takes, Melo. Because I can't
go vegan or something, man.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
You gotta
put
get
some weight on.
playoffs,
I don't
man.
know. Yeah, stay healthy.
I'm one of your biggest supporters. This dude, no, I said like,
hell yeah.
Until you get to the playoffs, I'm actually not gonna. I can't even big up you no more. Like I see the talent. I think you're a top notch talent.
And he won
the playoffs.
And he want to get a tattoo from you, man.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Playoffs is what
tattoo
matters.
you, bro.
That's what a champion's made.
Yeah. Hey, he
what
got
legacy
the
is
talent.
built.
Yeah.
That's what legacy is built.
Everything, man. That's where stars are born. Man.
Exactly. Because Jalen Brunson, look at him, he turning up. Like now it's like, yo, he's a superstar.
But here's the thing. He's always been like this whole year, bro.
Yeah.
This is how we even got to number 2 seed. Wasn't we? Outside of him, who could you name? Because Julius got hurt back in January, and we lost OG, for like a couple of months because he had a freaking elbow surgery. Right. You know what I'm saying? So he missed a whole lot of time. We were down to like freaking 6 or 7 players that was freaking playing. So this is all him. He's just showing it on a huge stage. This is what us Knicks fans, we've been watching every single night.
Y'all been getting spoiled then because he that deal.
Like, heck yeah!
I'm just enjoying watching it, man. Just being a fan, like.
Yeah. I mean, the dude is, and he's like, it's like an underdog story too because
I love him. I think that's what I like the most.
He was a late pick.
Yep.
Late pick. He, the Mavs only, he was asking just $55 million to stay with the Mavs, and Mavs was like, nah, and he took $100 million over at the Knicks, and they was like, nah, you're not good enough for us with that contract, right? Now they're saying like he is the most valuable contract by far.
Oh, easy.
and the money's going down. Like he got paid a lot more, and then as his contract goes, it's gonna go down. That's gonna help us get somebody like a Donovan Mitchell or a freaking
Donovan coming.
or
I was just talking about that to somebody. Donovan coming.
Man, and I think them two together, bro.
Yeah, it's gonna be nasty. It's gonna be scary. It's gonna be scary.
But we got hope for the best because Cavs don't have to trade with us. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So they who knows? They could bring KD over there. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? Because it's gonna be a wild summer this year. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man.
We had to sneak some basketball in there. Sorry, y'all. We
Heck
had to be authentic.
Heck yeah. Especially like I got Knicks fans that watch the pod too. You know what I'm saying? So we got to throw something in there for them. But yo, Loveless Society, check it out. Melvin Todd, CP the Artist. Support the channel, like and subscribe. You want to say anything before we go?
Pretty much, like you said, Loveless Society. You can catch me at Loveless Melvin or The Loveless Society on IG. That's where I'm at the most. And just tap in. Can't wait to keep seeing this pod grow. It's been fun watching it. As a homie, he inspired me to start podcasting. So,
yes, sir.
Art Dads, that's the name of my podcast.
Art Dads, yeah.
You catch it on YouTube. We only an episode in, but we got it coming. We had to give feedback. But yeah, man, we just gonna keep creating. That's what we do. So
yeah, man. All right, y'all. Peace.
Later.